He's been the hottest artist all summer long. He's got the magic in him, but you can't see past his shades. And I guarantee everybody is pretending that airplanes are shooting stars to make their wishes come true. It's time to meet B.O.B. All right, B.O.B. man, I appreciate you giving us a little time here in Dallas. How you enjoying yourself so far?
Well, this is, I guess my 5th time in Dallas. You know, I always love it, man, every time I come back. The last time I was here, actually, was the time, well, my album came out. It was April 27th, and that was when Lupe brought out a happy birthday cake for the album on stage during my set. Yeah, it was pretty crazy.
So it was like the birth of your album. We can't say the birth of B.O.B. because you've been around for a little minute, even though the album just came out within the last year.
And you know, really, like, it feels like it's been like the tour that I was just on with Lupe felt like last year, but that was just like 2 months ago, like 3 months ago. And it's just crazy how much, like, that much has changed to where it feels like a completely different year.
Yeah.
You know?
So let's touch on Lupe just for a minute. You guys have two very distinct, unique styles when it comes to hip hop. It doesn't fit in any sort of box. Is that how you guys bonded?
Definitely, like, you know, it was kind of like when I met Lupe. Well, I actually met him in Atlanta first at a V103, and then ran into him again in New York. And he was like, we really want to get in the studio, so we set it up. It's one of the type of things where it's like, okay, we need to get in the studio, definitely. So we got in, and "Past My Shades" was one of the songs we immediately gravitated towards to complete, and it seemed like a real perfect fit too. You know what I mean? And just the vibe and the chemistry is there because of our approach to music. I would say is similar in the sense that we're both striving to do something, just beyond what the mold is, or not necessarily limiting yourself to just doing just hip hop or just the boom bap track or what have you.
Now, on that note, what is it like to be? Actually, let me reword that. You've got collabos with some people that a lot of people would never even consider. How did you end up with Haley and Rivers Cuomo and all of those guys?
I mean, my infatuation with rock music is something that I would say was a heavy influence on those collaborations because of the fact that I wanted to do something different. And when I sat down with Atlantic Records, I told them that I wanted my project to reach all genres and all ages, as broad as possible, without losing the core element of my music. And I think just the type of tone and who I'm talking to on the records is kind of like, I really don't know who's listening, but if you're gonna listen, then I'm gonna tell you how I feel, and and that's kind of where I leave it. And I think a lot of the records have that type of attitude with it, even if it's not a downtrodden record, or if it's not a super high energy pop record, just whatever type of record it is, that's my approach to it.
Coming out of the A, how did you get these rock influences?
Really, I mean, being in Atlanta, being influenced by all of the Atlanta sounds and all of the Atlanta music and even the eclectic side, but still kind of going outside of Atlanta through the internet and just through researching. Like, I really had a passion to find something new. Like, I really wanted to find music. Like, I would just go to Best Buy and just buy tons of CDs, like not even asking, not even knowing what it was, just like going and buying CDs. I bought CDs from world meditation music, Sahara Lounge music, to Native American tribal music, really just listening to whatever and just kind of trying to incorporate that into my music.
Tonight is your night because you are the headliner, but being part of the 7-Eleven Slurpee Battle of the Bands contest, what's it like to know that these up-and-comers are trying to strive to get to the spot where you are now?
The Slurpee Battle of the Bands is, I feel glad to be here, regardless of, even if I was a headliner or not. It's just the fact that there's a gathering for the music, you know what I mean? Because I remember when I was like really trying to put together my band, and I remember 2 years ago going to South by Southwest. Actually, it was last year It was just last year, and I was going through a period where I really didn't know what I wanted to do musically, and I was like, well, look, man, if I'm gonna keep doing music, I really want to do it how I want to do it, and that's when I started putting together my band. It's the band that I perform with now, and it's just the struggle, you know, just traveling with a van packed full of equipment, like, you know, like guitars in your lap, like really just the worst type of situation you could be in, like it's just, I mean, just dirty, just like drums, like no drum cases, just raw drum, you know what I mean? Like I remember that, and to be here and to see these bands, like you can feel the passion from the bands and what they go through musically to get to the point to where they're at now.
And finally, what do you look for in your next album with your collaborations? Who do you want to work with?
Really, you know, who I want to work with, it really just depends on the situation. Like, for example, all of the collaborations that I had on my album were really just running into people. Like, I bumped into Lupe, and we were like, hey, let's get in the studio. We got in the studio with Janelle Monáe. I hit her up and was like, you know, I really want you on my album. Like, you know, whatever it is, I really want you on my album. And, you know, it's just really just timing, you know, and the availability of the artists that you want to work with, and that's really what it boils down to, because there are tons of artists. I'm pretty sure I want to work with a lot of artists. There are a lot of artists who want to work with me, but we all know that, you know, it's only so much time in the world, so if it's meant to happen, it'll happen.
And I gotta speak, I got a 2-year-old, loves your Airplane song. How did you hook up and decide that Haley was going to be able to sing that hook for you?
Well, I always told Atlantic I always wanted to work with Haley, and you know, Haley's, you know, Paramore's on Atlantic, and I'm on Atlantic, so, you know, kind of made it work out. But you know, as an artist, you have to genuinely like the music of the artist you're working with, or at least the song, and you know, she's very adamant about, you know, what she was going to put her voice on, her vocals on. So the fact that she did it, I definitely feel blessed by her vocal pipes on that track, the exclusive.
Did you write the hook, or did she?
Actually, neither one of us wrote the hook.
We learn something new every day.
We learn something new every day. I haven't even met Haley yet.
Oh man! Well, you know, can I be there for that meeting?
And I'm not really real. I'm just a holographic image.
He's not here. I got him on satellite. You know, we had to go through.
The phone comes right off. I did that trick wrong. That's why I'm a rapper, not a magician.
Well, B.O.B., man, thanks for joining us here. Good luck in all your future endeavors, and we will definitely be on the lookout.
All right, I'm going to go have my Slurpee now. I'll see you guys later.
Who brings you the good juice? It's right here on randomaccessdfw.com. So you can find out all the updates of what's going on with the site on Twitter, or you can get updates on Facebook. Until next time, I'm Rance Adams.